Hello everyone, we're back with another video. Today we're going to look at an advanced Kempo combination, and we're going to show you how we can integrate very easily within this technique the white crane covering block that we had looked at in a recent video. Now the technique as written is off a straight punch, and I'm going to block and I'm going to track up the arm as I step in and punch, come back, punch with the other hand, claw to the face, pillar destruction, followed by a reverse crescent kick, and we're done. Now, let's change sides. We'll show that from a different angle, and then we'll look at what happens, what's going on within this technique, and why this technique is so nicely designed and so well suited for the approach that we learned with our white crane covering block, the principles that we learned by understanding that particular blocking method. So when he throws his punch, I block. Now, from here, I have him checked, and I'm going to follow the limbs in. I'm maintaining a check as I follow in with my first punch. My second punch can take over checking. He turns to keep fighting. We claw, and then of course you have the rest of the technique and the kick. The main lesson for today is in the beginning of the technique. See, let's look at the initial movements again. When he throws his punch and I block, now I'm tracking up the arm. Well, that's fine in theory, but in reality, he's going to throw this punch and he's going to draw it back, isn't he? So when I punch, his arm isn't going to stay there while I'm tracking up it to punch him in the face. So isn't this perfectly suited? If I'm already tracking up the arm, why not stick with him as I go, and then I can continue the technique? Now, because of the nature of the covering block, because of the nature of white crane actually in the delivery of that block, and some other principles that perhaps we'll get into in a future video, this particular technique, we can alter it a little bit further. And instead of using simply a punch, we can minimize the surface area that we're striking with, and we can use a phoenix eye. And you have several targets you could choose from. You could strike the philtrum, for instance. So he throws his punch, I can cover in, and I can come in with my first strike. Perhaps my second strike is a phoenix eye, or we move back into our back punch and then continue on with the technique as written. Either way, there you have it, a little bit of a deeper look inside one of the Kempo combinations, and a look at how, if we apply a different principle, one that we learned from Shaolin White Crane Kung-Fu, we can make a slight alteration to the technique that might be a little bit more practical for what's actually going on. All right, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you soon.